Thank you, Blessing. Welcome, Yaro. And thank you for accepting our interview and our invitation for this morning. Can you introduce briefly yourself?
Thank you. My name is Blessing Okoedion. I'm from Nigeria. I have been in Italy for 4 years.
I don't want you to tell us your complete story because I know that it's also a source of suffering, But what I would like you to share with us is, what pushed you to go to the police that day of 4 years ago.
Okay. And I can remember vividly 4 years ago when I arrived in Italy. When the traffickers, my exploiters, told me that I was going to pay them 65,000 euros, I was like, where else will I be able to get such money to pay that debt? Because I never take one day to be indebted to anybody. I was hoping to receive stipend or salary, but when they told me that I was the one that was indebted to them of 65,000 euro, it came into my knowledge that I have fallen into the hands of traffickers. I watch television. I know that traffickers exist, but I never thought in my life that anyone would think to traffic me. I never thought of it. Because when I was in Nigeria, I do a lot of things. After my graduation from computer science, I went to learn how to repair computers. I have my stores where I repair computers, where I sell computers. Then I was not really looking for help, and I never thought of one day to be a victim of human trafficking. But when I got here, when they told me, I was actually thinking about how to free myself. I started asking myself so many questions of who will free me, of where I would go. Italy was a strange country to me, and with a language that I never understood. I was asking myself on how to get freedom. The trafficker they told me that I was going to start working immediately that evening. Then when we got to the road, there were a lot of girls. They were actually minors. If I should continue working as a prostitute at my age, I was already 26 years old, matured. I had already graduated from the university. Then I was not really afraid. The only thing that made me to be afraid was the response of the girls and the way they described the environment, Castelvolturno, to me. Then I actually asked them if there was any way I can get a helper. They told me really their stories. They told me how the exploiters go to their village to threaten their parents, to threaten their family. Then I was like, but the exploiter doesn't know my parents. They don't know my family. They don't know anything about me. The only thing they know about me is my CV, my curriculum. That was what I submitted. I did interview. The only person I know was that very woman, a woman I trusted so much that betrayed me. We continued our conversation. But these are girls that really want to do something different from prostitution. These are girls that never know what prostitution was all about. But they were introduced into prostitution culture, and they were introduced and taught and to immerse themselves into the culture and get used to it and make it a normal way of life. Although they cry, but whenever client comes around, they keep on smiling in order to attract a client, because they see themselves as a product. They see themselves as an object, because they have to present themselves in order to attract a client. I started wondering, A man coming to the road, leaving his own family, leaving his own children in the house, leaving the wife in the house, or if he does not have a wife, if he does not have a child, leaving his own mother, father, brothers and sisters, leaving them in the house and going to the streets, seeing a young girl that's supposed to be in the house, that's supposed to be reading at home, that's supposed to be in the school, seeing a young girl, or that's supposed to be in place of work, then objectifying such a girl to consume, to buy, to use at his own will. I saw it as a crime, just like Papa Francesco always say, that is a crime against humanity.
How did you feel? Bless
I
you.
felt, honestly speaking, I felt so bad when I saw the men. Even being there, I felt so bad. But I thank God today that made me to undergo such experience. Because if I have not undergone such experience, I wouldn't know how to contrast it. If I have not really undergone such experience, I won't be empowered to fight against human trafficking.
You are doing a very good work, not only in Italy, but also in your country, because you were telling me that you spent the time last year in your country trying to educate,
Yes.
Nigerian girls.
Yes, last year I actually I traveled to my country last year with a journalist with whom I wrote the book, The Courage of Freedom, Il coraggio della libertà, and very soon the English version will be out.
Good.
Very soon.
This is good news.
Yes. We actually went to our villages, our village and some other villages in Nigeria. Then from the look of things, you can see that there are a lot of reasons why many girls from the villages have been trafficked by the traffickers. There is poor social structures, like there is no good roads, there is no good school, there is no pipe-borne water, there is absolutely nothing in the village. There are parts of the country that feel abandoned, that see their trafficker, their exploiter, as their only savior and their only hope. Some of the women were telling me that they never knew that anybody would take their daughter to make them to be prostitutes. No, a woman said, no, it's not possible because that person can't do that to my daughter. My daughter is working. Then I made them to understand that many of the girls to take from this village finish up as prostitutes in Europe. Finish up as slaves in Europe. That you should not think that your daughter will be exempted. She said, no, it's not possible because many of them can't believe it. Because these traffickers, they are people that are tongue. They have a sugar-coated tongue. They speak as if they are God. They exploit the economical situation of the village. They exploit their condition, their situation. They exploit them because they are ignorant. They have not gone out before. They don't know anything. The women have not gone outside their village before. They don't know anything. Nobody can tell them the truth. Yes, there are a lot of campaigns about human trafficking in Nigeria, but I can tell you, I can boldly tell you that this campaign rests in Benin City. Benin City is just the capital. It rests there. There are a lot of other small towns in those states where they don't even know about this. Go to the villages, they all believe that their children are doing babysitter. They all believe that their children are working. Even many of the girls are taken to Benin. They lie to them. These people, they are very smart, that they will take some girls from the village to the city to learn hairdressing, to learn styling. giving them the hope that they are going to end up as a stylist, as an hairdresser in Europe, while they are waiting for their departure. They keep them in a house, make them to learn handwork that they will never utilize one day. That one will give them more confidence, and even also call their friends while they are there. They can even also introduce their friends to the trafficker. Telling their friends, listen, the trafficker enrolled me in one of the salons here to learn how to do hair. He paid a lot of money. He can also help you. Why can't you beg him? Because they present themselves as the only hope. They present themselves as the savior. They present themselves as philanthropists. They present themselves, yes.
Yeah, I totally agree. I understand, Blessing. But what gives me hope is that you were able to come out from this situation. So I think this is a hope for other women in the same situation. So thank you for what you're doing, and keep up. We wait for the second book and the English book of your Italian. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.